What's up guys, hello and welcome to another vlog with a change of scenery. As you can see, I'm outdoors today, and what it says behind me, I'm actually standing in a local village in Sonipat, Haryana, and I'm going to witness the village life for a day. So I'm going to spend some time with the villagers, try and understand what it feels like to live their life, to get an immersive experience. So let's get started. So the name of the village is called Nangal Khurd. It's a small village in Sonipat, Haryana. The village starts from here. These are the village limits, and behind that is all the village. And I actually know some local villagers here, so we're going to meet up with them and get to know more about their life and the life in this village here. You see, these are all loads of cow dung cakes, and there's actually a villager. She's actually making fresh cow dung cake from fresh cow dung. So we're gonna ask the villagers if we can witness this firsthand as well, and if they can introduce her to us to some of their cows and stuff. Looks like they also have a middle school inside the village premises as well, so some kids can go and at least get up to middle school education right here. So we've met up with one of the locals. His name is Devender. We've known him for a bit, and we're now first exploring the farms behind us. So the yellow iconic farms that you see behind me are mustard farms. So there are two different kind of mustard farming that they do here. So we are first learning about the yellow mustard, and then we're going to go for a ride, go further down, and then we're going to learn about different sorts of mustard that they grow and how does farming happen here. So I was recently just learning these are the seeds that they ripen, and then they get sold at mustard seeds afterwards. So the black mustard seeds, and if you don't kind of harvest them in time, they just kind of shed and fall down into the ground. So you have to be very careful of the timing. But this kind of scene is very iconic in the Bollywood movies as well. So if you look up DDLJ, for instance, or some of the movies where you'll always see a heroine run past the kind of yellow mustard farmlands like this. So I'm really liking it. This is not what I had imagined, but it's my first time experiencing the village life as well, and I've always wanted to do it. It's going to be a whole new experience, and I hope you like it. And on this note, be sure to like, share and subscribe as well, because this vlog is going to take a lot of effort.
इस साइड का इसमें पानी भर देंगे, वो आउटलेट खोल देंगे तो नाली से उस साइड पानी चल जाएगा, उस साइड को खोल देंगे. पंप चला दिया तो
We're now learning about this tube well and the storage water tank, how they get the water supply to the farmlands here for irrigation with the fresh water. So that's the fresh water supply directly from the submersible tube well, and they have outlet drains in this water tank. So you have water flowing out from here, stored in here, and there's another outlet over there. So that's how you supply the water to the farmlands. And typically what they do is they make this kind of temporary makeshift walking path, so you can walk along this, and then you see the outlet water is coming from here, this side. So like this they can feed fresh water to the farms when they need it. Other times you can always use rainwater, but this is like fresh water that you can supply to your crops. So this is the green fodder that they feed their cows. So they have grown it themselves. So sometimes you also have to give fresh fodder to the cow. And we're now headed to see wheat plants. I've never seen wheat planted. So there was one farm patch here, but they are not fully ripe yet. So we're going to go further down and we're going to check out wheat plants. So this behind us is the patch for wheat. So there is a domestic variety, there is also a hybrid variety. They have different pros and cons, but you can see these are like ripe. So I've never seen wheat on a plant before, so it's my first time experience. And my father knows a lot about farming, and Devendra Bhaiya knows that's his farm patch as well anyway, so they do farming all the time. So I'm learning things firsthand myself and documenting this along the way so that I can remember and pass on this information to anybody who's interested as well. So this is another sort of green fodder, sort of sister variety of the wheat plants that we saw earlier. So they have two different kind of fodder that they grow, green fodder, and across on the other side is onions. I've grown some onions myself, so I know how they look. So we're gonna go to the other side and check out the onion crops as well. So they're chopping fresh fodder real time. So I came to see how they use the sickle and chop off and collect everything, and then they're going to feed it to the cows and buffaloes afterwards. So they are working in real time. This is a privileged access with permission. So that's why I have access to seeing something like this. But I've never seen this before. City dwellers don't have access to things like these. But that's why this is a very unique experience. So now I'm curious and I want to try this myself and see how this works. It's a bit risky, it's a very sharp equipment, so I'm going to hand over the camera and try it myself. Looks like I'm getting some sort of hang of this, but it's better off to hand it over to the expert so that the cows don't go hungry. Let's hand it over. They have all the fresh vegetables grown here. There's coriander, there's beetroot, there's onion, there's garlic behind me, but I'm sitting on a bit of a tricky spot, so can't really move around too much to not trample on the crops. But as you can see, this is like full grown farm around here. This is really nice. I've only seen the vegetables in a market or on my plate directly after they're cooked. I've always wanted to go to an actual village or a farm and see them planted. So that's pretty cool. And now we're gonna go probably take a ride and go deeper into the farmlands and see what else we can explore around here.
अगर दूर से लेके आते हम
हाँ
बांधने का स्टाइल भी है इसका अलग है, आप नहीं बांध पाओगे ऐसे।
अच्छा उसको टाइट करके बिल्कुल
हाँ नहीं तो गिर नहीं जाएगा रास्ते में, ये भी परेशान हो जाएगी।
हाँ So the fodder is chopped and ready to be fed to the cows. So they are wrapping it up and then they're gonna carry it over their head. So that's what you see. It's a special technique, and if I were to try this, I'll probably fall face down or butt first. But this is a very difficult thing to do, and only the villagers can do this now. So while chatting with them, we got an exposure to the very authentic Haryana's culture. So this is hookah. Nobody smoking, is just for the thematics. And then this is a cot that you no longer find in the cities. They are mostly conventional wooden beds now. So decided to take this and capture this moment. So if you go to a village in Haryana or a rustic setting in Haryana, you're likely going to find these two things in any household. So but you saw it here first. So they are removing weed from the tomato plantation, and I'm seeing it for the first time how the tools are used. They have different tools for different things. So they are using खुरपी को इंग्लिश में क्या बोलते हैं? I have no idea what this tool is called in English, but in Hindi we call it खुरपी. एक बार दिखाइएगा भैया कैसी दिखती है. So that's the tool that they're using, and they're de-weeding the plantations. So seeing it for the first time. So now we have a new ride. We're gonna go for a road trip, and this time the ride is a four-wheeler, but not what you think. It's gonna be this tractor. We're gonna mount up, go for a road trip. So enjoy the ride. कैसे हो भैया? So we are now deep into the farmlands. That's the tractor. The sun is on the other side. But we hitched a ride. We're gonna go check out the yellow mustard first, and then I'm gonna request permission to test it out as well in an open farmland here. Never driven a tractor before. Should be a fun ride, I guess, if I get to try. Let's see. These are cauliflower plants, fully ripe, and there they are packaging it to send it to the vegetable market in Delhi. We're gonna see how they bundle everything up and prepare it for sales. So that's how they package almost 30 kilos of cauliflower inside one pack, and then they make multiple of those packs. They are all lined up here, and then they send it off to the wholesale vegetable market first, where they get picked up in per bundle, and then they get sold off per kilo thereafter. So again, this is a new experience, how the vegetables get shipped off from a farmland to the wholesale vegetable market first. I've mostly gone there and I know there's a difference in pricing, but I never knew how the logistics and economics of things work. So saw that, and the cauliflower here is like ripe and very healthy, so that's also very cool. So this patch of land is the yellow mustard. As you can see, the brightness of the yellow flowers of this mustard plant is much higher compared to the other mustard that we saw. It's also planted behind me, but I don't think the camera is going to capture it. But look at this. This is such an amazing view. And if you just stare at it for a little bit, it's very peaceful. Gives sort of tranquil feeling as well. Very soothing. So you see those tire treads in this farmland behind me. So the tractor machine that we use to hitch a ride is actually used for tilling and plowing the soil and preparing it for the next round of crops. But sometimes when you're not plowing, you can also use it as like a all-terrain vehicle to go around the farm patches, because this is complete off-roading. There's no kind of roads or something here. This is proper village life. We are now in a sugarcane patch of land. He's the farmer here, and the blades of the sugarcane plant are so sharp that if they strike your neck, you can have some bleeding and cuts and bruises. You have to be very careful, and that's why I'm following his footsteps exactly. And I'm going to request to get a fresh sugarcane. I think that's being prepared for me, and I'm going to bring it home. Thank you, Bhaiya. Shukriya. So now I can go home and enjoy a fresh sugarcane. After this vlog, we still have a lot more to see first. So apparently there's another variety of sugarcane, so we're going to go further deep and also grab a sample of that one, so I can enjoy both of them at home. I am loving the hospitality of these people here. It's so amazing. So all of these are sugarcane plants, and I'm being careful with the blades not to either get lost or get cuts and bruises here. But a sugarcane patch of land always feels like a maze, so I'm following the locals in their footsteps. And I guess that patch of sugarcane is the second variety of sugarcane that we were told, and these are different. They are very soft and very sweet, so I'm grabbing samples to enjoy at home. Mission accomplished. Now we have two different varieties of sugarcane here. So this is a patch of sugarcane that is being prepared again to ship to the vegetable market. So we're gonna get the permission and see how they package and clean up everything and load up to ship to the wholesale vegetable market. So stage 1 is chopping the crop, and then stage 2 is cleaning, which happens here.
ऐसे सिलाई करके ये गट्ठा बना देते हैं.
ये भी वही कर रहे हैं.
So this tool is slightly different from the other one that I tested before. So that one was bent at an angle. This one is pretty straight, but all of them are very sharp, so don't try this at home. And this was the tool they were using to chop the crop over there. So this is the axe. So these are all packed and ready, and that's the trolley that loads up. When it's full, it's shipped to the market for sales. And now I've spread around my sugarcane all the way across the farm, so I'm going to go collect it first. We were resting a little bit on the cot in the shade behind us. Have my two sugarcanes that I'm bringing with me to home. We're going to the next spot, and we were discussing about village life versus city life. I was learning a whole lot of things that even I haven't seen. My father has, so I was learning some things off the camera, and I now have a standing invite from them to come visit anytime I want and collect farm fresh vegetables, which is going to be a very amazing experience, because you know, when the vegetable gets picked up from here, goes to the vegetable market, by the time it reaches your table, it's too late. It has lost most of its nutrients, and then you cook it forever. So the taste of a fresh farm picked vegetable is quite different, so have to try that once. now in the little bit of the interior of the village. So this is more like a rustic feeling. You see, you have village homes, buffaloes tied up, baby buffaloes. This is true Indian village. So this side of the village was at a lower altitude, so when there was excess water in the river Yamuna, this used to get flooded back in the day. Now they have proper housing and better conditions here. We're learning about the interior of the village and how people move to different side of the village because of the challenges they faced back in the day.
ये जो वैष्णव जी का स्टॉक रखे हैं यहाँ
हाँ ये स्टॉक रूम
भूसा बोलते हैं इसको
So this is the
wheat straw है
storehouse for the buffaloes. That's where they keep all of it. My grandma used to have one of these in our house back in the day when we used to have the cows as well, and every time I used to go in I used to sneeze a lot because of the dry fodder flying around.
तो छेड़ेगी हमारे को समझ आएगा इसको या
तो कान के पीछे या पीछे में खुजली करने में इसको मजा आता है
इसको या यहाँ करो आप इसको जैसे मालिश करते हैं ना आप पीछे
अच्छा ऐसे में कुछ नहीं करते. So I'm learning about the secret spots of a buffalo, how you can approach them. If you directly approach them through the face front, they probably move back, but if you scratch them, they really like it.
बातें करते करते ये लोग करते रहते
इतना धीरे धीरे कूदते होंगे.
ज़्यादा चोट नहीं
ज़्यादा नहीं मार सकते लकड़ी का है ना.
So this is a pestle and mortar. This one's used for grinding grains, for example, wheat, barley, maize. Those kind of grains are ground in this one. There's a different one that is metallic that's used for grounding fresh ground spices. That's different. So we are now at the house of Devendra Bhai, our host and host for the vlog today. So he's been showing us around the entire village today, all the farms and everything. And this is his house. So we are learning about the machines that they use in the house. Technically not machines, but the one that is used for chopping the fodder, the one that is used for grounding the maize and millets and stuff. So let's take a look. So that's the fresh green fodder that you saw that we just brought from the farm. Now we're gonna chop it into small bits, and then there's a cow right here, so we're gonna feed the cow.
लगाओ ज़्यादा लगा लो ये तरफ थोड़ा ज़्यादा लगाओ
ज़्यादा बेटा वो 2 मुट्ठी करीब. हाँ ऐसा
ज़्यादा लगाते हो इसको लगाओ
भूसे में भी मिला के खिलाते हैं.
So we have this special scrubbing tool that we're gonna use. I need Bhaiya to be around so that she can trust me. Strangers normally can't just walk up to a tame cow, so you have to be very careful. I'm gonna try and scrub her and see if I can make friends with her.
ना छोड़ दे.
अच्छा आप बगल में खड़े हो तो कुछ नहीं करेगी.
उसको फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा ना. उसको मालूम है.
कर दे कोई दिक्कत नहीं इसको मजा आता है क्या पे दिक्कत है अभी दिखाता हूँ आपको
ये बंद हो गया.
ये जैसे बाल है ये टूट रहे हैं.
She's enjoying the massage a little bit too much that she even stopped eating to just taking the massage to the fullest. I'm enjoying it from a safe distance, but that's a unique experience as well, typical of a village life in India. And before we wrap up today's vlog, this is the cow dung cake. So we're gonna grab 1 or 2 of the dried ones from here. We're gonna use it to cook something that you're gonna see in the next vlog. But they basically prepped everything. They are sun drying, and when it's all dried up, they kind of stack up everything. Probably you can't see, the sun is on the other side, but they kind of store it for the entire year and then use it little by little. So that's a fuel that you could use, especially in the villages. They cook on this, and then the flavors are very aromatic and very different when you cook food on this one. So we're going to grab a few of this, and you're going to see the use of this in one of the upcoming vlogs. So that was it for today's vlog, a day in the life of the villagers of Haryana. So we're gonna hitch a ride to our homestay back home, and then we're gonna end this vlog here. So if you come stay with us at our homestay, this is something that you can experience as a day trip. So if you want to enjoy this kind of experience, do let us know. Until then, this is the Rustic Wanderer signing off. See you again the next time.